beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're going to do a little palette bingo, and I'm going to use these new Nomad Air travel palettes. I have been wanting to do some more eye looks with these, and it's just been so long since I've done a palette bingo on my channel, so I thought this was the perfect time, perfect way to get out of the box a little bit and combine all three of these palettes. So we're going to bust out the random number generator, and I think what I'm going to do is choose 2 shadows from each one of these palettes. These all flow together so well, and I think that 6 eyeshadows should make for a pretty nice little eye look, so fingers crossed. Hopefully we get some good shadow pairings here. I do have a full swatch and review video with all 3 of these. I did an eye look just with the Abu Dhabi palette, and I did some comparison swatches and just gave you my overall thoughts. So if you want more information about these little travel palettes, make sure you check out that other video. I'll link it in the description box for you. These are all currently available now, so you can go find them on the Nomad site. And I do have an affiliate code for Nomad Cosmetics. So if you're interested in picking up any of these palettes or any of their other palettes, I have so many favorites from the brand, then you can save a little bit on your purchase with my affiliate code. It's just my first name, Amanda. And that should save you a couple bucks. Let's do the shade selection and we'll see what kind of colors we're working with. Each one of these palettes has 6 shades, so we'll just go one palette at a time. Let's start with the Oslo palette. I have my number generator set to 1 through 6, and shade number 1, the first shade is shade 6, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6. Functional. Okay. Just keep track here. We need another shade from this palette, and we got shade number 5. That'll be this one, Democratic Design. Put that right there. Let's see what shades we get to go with these 2. Next up is the Canadian Rockies palette. This is where we're going to get our little pop of color. I got shade number 1, so that'll be Brave the Bears. I really like this color. Pop that right here. Sorry if my swatches get out of whack. And for our second shade from the Rockies palette, we got shade number 3. So that'll be this dark foresty green called Take a Hike. Ooh, this one's so pretty. I love a green. All right, very matte heavy. I guess these palettes are pretty matte heavy anyway, so far this is a beautiful little combo. Now we're going to throw some warm tones into the mix, so let's see what the Abu Dhabi palette has in store for us. All right, I got shade number 5. That'll be this one, Desert Oasis. Coppery little shimmer. I'm glad I got another shimmer. Ooh, that looks really nice with that green, doesn't it? And the last shade is shade number 4, so that's this kind of creamy, warm, creamy matte shade. It doesn't even hardly show up on me. We can use that to kind of blend and soften some of the other mattes. Here's the color palette we're working with. This actually looks pretty nice. These palettes all just work really well together, so I think any combination was going to be fairly approachable, but I like this combo. We'll see how those warm and cool tones mix together. Hopefully it looks all right. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm starting off with my Ulta Matte Eye Primer. As usual, this is my favorite eye primer, and I love it, and I use it for every single look. So you're probably tired of me saying that, so let's move on to something else. I'm using this shade called Souks and Bazaars. It's so close to my skin tone that I'm really just using it to set my eye primer so that I have a nice smooth eyeshadow surface to blend on top of. And I'm going to be using this Brave the Bears shade quite a lot. This is almost operating as a neutral for me in this look. So I'm putting that in the crease transition area, and I'm just really softly layering and blending this. It has a lot more color on my eye than it seems like it's going to have in the pan, and even when you apply it to the brush, it seems very soft, and that khaki green can seem almost like a neutral, but it has a beautiful green appearance on the lids, and I love it. Next, I'm going to use the deeper green shade called Take a Hike, and I'm just going to layer that on the outer part of the lid to add some depth. And this blends so beautifully with the Brave the Bears shade. These are definitely my two favorite matte shades from the Canadian Rockies palette, so it worked out really well for me that I got to use both of them. All of these mats are very easy to work with. They're easy to blend and layer, but they are quite pigmented. So my preference is to build and layer them pretty slowly. I would rather work in light, soft layers, particularly with mats like this that do respond well to layering and blending. Sometimes you get a matte shade that doesn't like to be blended too much and likes to disappear. These are not in that camp at all. Now I'm using the Desert Oasis shade from the Abu Dhabi palette as my really all over lid shimmer. So I'm starting on the inner corner of my upper lid and just gently tapping that across out towards where I applied that deeper green matte shade. Because green and orange are such contrasting colors, it is a little bit difficult for me to get a seamless transition from one to another, but I feel like I did a pretty good job. And I really think that in this eye look, doing a little bit of a smudgy, smoky liner appearance will help to unify the colors on the lid. This dark eyeshadow as faux eyeliner is a method that I use a lot because I think it just looks good. It makes my lashes look thicker and fuller. But in this case, I think it really helps to pull the look together. It adds a little bit of dimension that's much needed, and it really helps the two colors on the lid look intentional, at least in my opinion. And I just used a little tiny bit of what was left over on that pencil brush and just lightly smudged it along the lower lash line. And now I'm blending that deep shade out with a big fluffy brush with some of the Brave the Bears shade, just to hopefully again help unify the look and balance out the upper and lower lids. I still have one last eyeshadow to use for this palette bingo, and that's this silvery shade called Democratic Design. I'm adding that with this super flat brush. This is one of the Fantasy Cosmetica brushes, and I love it for this exact application, adding some shimmer to the lower lash line to really give some pop and some shine. Adding some shimmer in this spot is the new adding shimmer to the inner corner, in my opinion. Then I just curled my lashes and added a little bit of the Essence Lash Without Limits mascara, and that's my finished look. I know it's nothing too crazy. I'm never gonna do something incredibly technical look-wise. That's just not my style. But I'm pretty pleased with the way this turned out. This ended up being a more challenging color combination than I originally thought it was going to be, but I feel like I did a pretty good job with the colors that I was dealt. And overall, I like the way this turned out. It looks cute, and everything performed really beautifully as usual for Nomad.
This was a tougher color combination than I originally anticipated. I really think that the wild card of the look is this orangey copper metallic shade, Desert Oasis. I think that's the one that was really throwing me off because I think this exact look as is with either of these shimmers from the Canadian Rockies palette or either of the silver shimmers from the Oslo palette would be a flawless, perfect look. But I did find it a little bit more difficult to combine the cooler tones with this super warm, toasty copper shade. Once I realized that's how I was feeling, I knew that I couldn't just take that copper shade and try to hide it somewhere. I decided to make it really central to my look. And while this isn't my favorite ever color combination for myself, I do think that it turned out a lot better than I felt like it was going to as I was applying this makeup. Never gonna be my go-to combo, but you know what? I'm glad I tried it. It's all about just experimenting, having fun, seeing what happens. When you're doing a palette bingo, you never know what shades you're going to get, what type of look you're going to end up with. Even though this may not be my favorite destination, I still enjoyed the journey. And that's what it's all about, right? Oh, that was so topical for a Nomad video. Even if this isn't going to become the go-to look for you or me, I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me today, playing with these palettes, putting them to the test. Make sure you go check out that full review video for more information. Let me know what you think of these palettes, which combos do you want to see next. I've really been enjoying combining the Canadian Rockies and Oslo palette together, and I haven't done a look like that for the channel, so I want to hear your thoughts. What do you want to see next? What type of palette bingo should we do next? I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Eh, Oh, I just dropped my phone. Great, love that. Sure, this is like somebody's favorite color combo or their school colors or something. It's not bad. It's just not for me. But I think it looks pretty cute. It's not going to be my go-to, but it's fine. I like it all right. Oh, I have a headache. Whenever it gets really hot, I get so many headaches. Anybody else like that? I just need to up my water intake, I think. As I said that, somewhere my husband is like, spidey senses are telling him to ask me how much water I drank today. Mm. I am addicted to this lip product. Confetti Cake. Uh-oh, it's the UPS guys here. My dog's gonna freak out now. Cue the shenanigans. I know you can see my ring light from out there, so cool. Cool, cool, cool. Thanks, UPS guy. You're awesome. Okay, go away so I can keep filming. Even this, hmm? What? Our go, huh? Hey, why can't I say anything useful today? Somebody help me. Help. I know. The audacity of that man to deliver us our mail. How dare he? Thanks for protecting us. She's disgruntled now, as usual. Okay, I did it. That is it for today. That's it. I did a lot of work, a lot of filming, and I'm tired. I didn't drink enough water. I need some more caffeine and some more hydration stat. Thanks for watching. Everybody who watches to the end, you are my real MVPs. The Watch to the End squad, untouchable, unbeatable, unbelievable. I love all of your faces so much, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye!